picture of your car with the picture of the servo with the little green washers holding it down. And these particular countersunk washers have a little shoulder on them that sit inside the servo holes. You don't need to run the rubber bushings. It'll lock the servo down real nice. Maybe it is or is not what you were looking for.
He said servo is it.
Okay. If you want to use the ones like myself, I don't like to use the ones with the shoulder. We'll have lots of green countersunk washer options for you to choose from in the near future. I also have, I don't want to speak out of turn because I was looking
Mary.
at so much anodized green on hardware. I'm pretty sure I have green 3 and 4 millimeter nuts coming as well. So.
Hey guys, for those of you that were looking for us on YouTube, I have it up now. I just learned a new trick. Facebook, I can just hit go live and it just goes live even if I click off. YouTube, when you click go live, you have to stay there for a certain amount of time and then it will actually go live. So now we are live over there as well. So hey Clark, thanks for watching. And Zach, I see that you're on there too. So now you can leave Steph's phone alone. Okay, that's good.
Good old Zach.
Earl would like some pink, and I think that there are other people that like pink too. So
don't worry, Earl. We ship to Maryland every day. It's okay.
So what's the next new product? I'm really excited about the next one. And this is
Which one do you want to be next?
I want to do the that.
So, it's custom.
I
And it's made by our friends at JW Heaters.
So, oh, and just so we don't miss it, Wayne Adams said that's what I need is 3 millimeter nuts and green. So we got those coming. And we're gonna make sure. I'm
99.9% sure, Wayne, I got you covered.
Okay, so let's talk about engine heaters for a minute. You guys all know the thing that we've been missing with engine heaters is that they want to do all this goofy plug-in thing. You got to get a 3-cell LiPo battery to plug it in, and like our good old-fashioned engine heaters have been impossible to get.
It's not because they want to, it's because of necessity. The DC ones were way easier to build and way cheaper, and the competition heat guy dropped off the map again, so they weren't available. Well, guess what? New guy come on the scene, JW Heaters making these new, check it out, custom Lcrc heaters. They are no longer adjustable. They are custom made to fit, like this one fits the OS based tall head engines. That's on an AD2 right there. Nice snug fit. For those of you like myself that like to cut your bodies fairly close, you know, the adjustable ones with the Velcro strap were really big and thick and you always had to take the body off to put it on. This one actually hugs the head tight enough with just a little bit extra trimming. You should be able to run this with the body on. It also uses the same Deutz connectors that the other ones use. So if you
stop pounding the camera, you're the counter. You made the whole camera shake and everything.
Oh, it does make the camera shake. It's like dum 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 dum.
It's not.
It is.
Okay, but this is the exciting part. It plugs into this.
It plugs in the wall. It's
so,
AC once. I keep my hands down here.
Oh my gosh, it's an earth.
Anyway.
So there's the other connector, and then dun dun dun. It's an actual.
So one of the things that I asked the guy when Competition Heat made the change and started going to the big round cord, I hated it because I'm really anal about how I wrap it up and I shove it all back up in the head heater when I put it in my bag. Well, with the big round cord, you couldn't wrap it up and shove it back in the head heater. So one of the first things I asked the guy at JW Heaters was, hey, what kind of cord are you using? And he's like, oh, we're using a nice flat cord. And I'm like, oh, I'm in. Let's build some. And I custom made us these heaters. Super happy with them. Obviously, they just came yesterday. I haven't got a chance to even plug one in yet because I haven't even built my MBX8R yet. I haven't fired up a nitro car yet. I've been busy. Anyway, so time's coming. I actually got the nitro car down off the loft or off the perch, and we're gonna get this 82 put in it with the new MBX8R force shoe clutch.
I do have them live on the website now, so if you do want to go ahead and get one of these engine heaters ordered. I have it on there now. We have 9 of them in stock, and they are $99.95. So if you're interested in that, it's already live on the website. You can get them while they last, because I think they'll be hot.
If you plug them in, they will be.
You guys get it. It's an engine heater.
She's funny. Just roll with it.
Oh my gosh, I am a riot.
Anyway.
The TRX4 Trax is so cool. I'm saving up for it. Yeah, actually, that's the one, if we get stuck with, that we like too. So yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure it was Jody said that these live shows really bring Kevin out of his shell. Because Rob wouldn't say that. He's seen you all out of your shell. Oh, that's awesome. And Bill says you need to work on your medium buggy. We'll get to it. Another thing I just wanted to tell you guys.
Cody comes over tonight. We'll build it in like 3.5 hours. So
that is back in stock is I just finished up the new Lcrc T-Shirts. I have them in every sizes from youth extra small up to adult 2XL. So if you're in the market for a new fresh shirt for the fresh new season, those are also live on the website. They're $15 for the full color version. And honestly, the price is still really good because if you consider we sold the old ones that were just the white screen printed for $10. The price of shirts has gone up. Obviously, this is a nice full color version, so it's still a very good price for a shirt. So $15 for the shirts up to, I'm pretty sure all the way up to 2X is 15, right? Or is it, and the 2X might be 20.
2X is 20.
So, but up to extra large is the 15. And again, it's just because...
If not, I owe Rick $5 from earlier today.
Okay, copy that. Matt says he needs a youth extra small, so...
What, you have a newborn? You have a newborn we don't know about?
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool.
All right.
Oh, he got a shirt today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so last Hump Day Happy Hour, we did a live instruction on how to glue tires using that, what's it called? Race form.
Yeah.
Gluing jig. This week we're going to do another instruction. I liked that. I used it on Facebook, which is a win-win, or on YouTube, sorry, which is a win-win to be able to make a video that we can use twice. So one of the main questions you guys have been asking about is about how Kevin's breaking these tires. You saw the videos of him running the foam buster. You've seen the videos of him doping his tires. So let's start with a little preview. Tell us about what you're doing to prepare these tires before we go and actually see it firsthand.
If I said it was complicated, depending on who I'm talking to, could be over exaggerating. It's fairly easy once you have the right stuff to do it. Obviously, you need a foam buster. A $79 drill press from Harbor Freight is a great thing to have. We're making, I haven't actually made a production run of them yet, but I'm working on making, I'm calling them sanding paddles. Basically, they're a putty knife with 2 different kinds of sandpaper glued to each side, and then some maroon Scotch-Brite. And then we actually have these, if I said a needle oiler, like Trinity makes them, One Up Racing makes them, there's a whole bunch of them out there. But they come with like bearing oil in them. Well, we're getting 2 and 4 ounce versions of that with the needles on the cap, and we're actually injecting through the vent hole in the rubber tire through the foam and putting the liquid wrench right into the foam while we're doing the foam roller deal.
Which we're going to show them that part as well.
Yeah.
Christian Toke has a good question. So we kind of had like both sides going up on these Hump Day Happy Hours, which we have our oval guys, which oval is really growing in this area. Kevin is a new oval racer, not new oval racer, but new in the means of like running a custom works car and like doping the tires and whatever. He was actually against it for a long time. So I like Christian's question about what is so much fun about turning left. What is the appeal?
Christian, I'd love to explain it to you in words, but you have to do it to understand. Not that it's like some ancient Chinese secret. It's just the cars are cool to build. They're super like legit looking. I'm sure you've seen the sprint cars before. If not, I'll show you next weekend in person. Like super realistic, and it was fun to build them and have them all sitting here because me and Cody and Bill and Zach and Earl, we all built them, and then Cowboy built one. So now out of our like core group, hell, we have 6 of them just in our core group, and well, we had 6, but unfortunately Earl's moving to Maryland, so we'll be back down to 5. But anyway, they're super cool looking, and now what? Well, now we got to go race them.
Well, part of it, just back to the question for a second, because they're commenting and you're kind of missing it, which is what is the fun of it? The fun is the challenge. You know, the fun is the tire game. The fun is figuring out how to go fast. The fun is how to stick the thing to the track. It is a challenge. It's a next level challenge. I think in off-road, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a racer, but I've been around this for a while now. But in off-road, it's driver ability. Right? Like, in the end, I mean, a good tire always helps, and a good car always helps, and a good setup always helps. But I've seen guys with not the best setups do well.
It is easier in off-road to drive your way through a crappy car or a crappy setup on a crappy track with a poor tire choice and still survive. If you make a bad tire choice or don't prepare your tires correctly for that race, you can have the best car in the world. You're going to sit there and do donuts. Not just once a lap, but twice. Turn 1 and 2. Turn 3 and 4. And it's annoying. It almost like when the screen shakes every time I pound the counter. Anyway, so part of the appeal, I was on a mission. I absolutely would not be satisfied until I figured out this tire thing. And I've got that figured out now to the point to where I actually have to work on car setup because now I have so much grip in the rear. My car pushes like a dump truck, which is great. And now I'm slow.
Well, and the other thing is...
Hi, Tim. Tim, you should come out and give this sprint car thing a try.
The other thing is this oval experience has been very humbling for Kevin.
Oh, it's awful.
Kevin, as an off-road racer, is kind of able to not have to practice. He basically never runs on the track. He runs more on the track in his cat skid loader than he does on an RC car. That is not a lie. And then he goes out and he's able to do fairly well in a 40 plus A main. So no, seriously, that is generally the truth.
I can make the main. I wouldn't say do fairly well, but yeah. Anyway,
then you throw him out on the oval track, and it's humbling for you. It's a whole new animal, and I think sometimes it's good to just be humbled and figure out, because honestly, like sometimes we forget, like you forget about the people who aren't as talented on the track as you, and like they do need to count on the setup for the off-road stuff a little bit more because
Listen, we took these brand new sprint cars. 4 of us went the first day. Brand new cars. We thought we were prepared, and we did donuts. I mean, Duncan didn't have squat on us that day. It was I was ashamed. I wanted to just bury my head in the sand and go home. But we got through it. Cody drove really well considering. Hell, Zach gave me a licking in the main. I mean, we were...
Christian says, that's enough. Okay, I got the point. I got it. We're good.
Anyway, so to add one more thing to it. So we got the tire gig figured out, and we're still slow. So now we don't do donuts, but we're slow. Well, guess what? Hobbywing doesn't make the fastest speed control for sprint cars. Go figure. So now we're moving back to Teak and speed controls, trying to pick up the speed, blah, blah, blah. Left the magic smoke out of a Trinity motor, trying to learn it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm really excited to get back on the oval again, but I had to put that up for now because, of course, Mama thinks we need to make enough money to pay the bills for a little bit.
It is true. Okay, now we are going to go do the tire stuff. But what I'm going to do is I want to send you with this camera. You're going to wander back there. We're going to make sure the mic is good before I walk away from this computer because I won't be able to see the comments. So I want you to take this. We're going to face it right at you.
Ooh.
Do you see how to flip it around? Earl, it's nice to know that you're still watching. Okay, we're going to go ahead and switch over to Kevin, and we just need to find out if his audio is working.
How about that? Do I have audio?
I'm not sure.
So I redid the custom works wall this week.
Hold on a minute. Don't talk too much until we find out if you have audio. Can you guys hear Kevin? Kevin, give it a test 1, 2.
Test 1, 2. Can you hear me now?
I'm pretty sure it's just me.
Just you.
Yeah. Do you have your mic on back there? Is the little mic button covered in red? Because it says no, they can't hear you.
I just pushed the only red button and there's a little wave thing.
Yeah, now we have no video at all. Honey,
It says video Ninja.
yeah. We're working on it.
I'm new. Don't know what to tell you.
What did you do?
I pushed the only red button.
I don't know if this is still the same one. Nope, I gotta redo it. Hey guys, bear with me for a second. Kevin, read all the comments. They can still hear us.
Anyway, Tim, no oval for you? Oh, come on, guy.
This is why. 7, 6, 3. I hope that works.
You can challenge for 8 scale nitro late model and 8 scale electric late model. There is a slim chance we might add 17.5 sprint. We'll see. Hell, we might even go mod that night just for fun.
Just remember, you still don't have a mic.
I know, but you do. I'm sure they hear me through yours. I could get closer.
That's okay. 7, 6. You know, I spent some time getting this all set up ahead of time. And then
Yeah, and then I pushed that red
don't
button right there.
don't press that again.
Oh, that's the hang up button.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry.
I see.
Cisney, oh yeah, you're building nitro stuff. You bought a nitro buggy for off-road too? Wow. You're going all in. Shocks set up for sprint.
I think that's probably a question.
Yeah.
Don't push
I'm-
the button. I know. I'm with you. Don't
I'm
push the button.
I'm still running kit set up on my sprint car shocks. Listen, dude, I'm not kidding you. When I said we struggled to get tires to get grip, and then finally got the grip figured out. Now the cars are slow. Listen, we get speed figured out, then I'll start working on handling.
Okay.
Well, Mary, nobody ever said I was the brightest bulb on a tree. 30 weight medium pistons. Yeah, that's right about where I'm at, actually. I actually might be 35 weight medium pistons, but next try. Can't wait to see you, Mary. I missed something there, but
Man, I forget.
sorry, I tried to read them as fast as I can. Okay, so you got me working?
Well, all except for I don't think the audio.
Well, hit the little speaker button. Not the red one, but the speaker
No,
button.
that will turn it off. See, it's currently on,
Oh.
but it's not picking it up in OBS.
Oh.
Which I don't know.
Well, pull down. It's not the one that's hiding underneath there, is it?
Well, that's on that's on this camera, sweetie.
Oh.
When we switch over to the cell phone camera,
Oh.
my 2 options are desktop or mic. And okay, so then the mic, I should be able to choose, but neither one of those are that.
I definitely.
So is there a way that we can do this process?
Chris Parr. Actually, we were just talking about you the other day. Wow. I was talking to Doug up at Bloomsburg about you stainless steel boys. You still have your stuff? You gonna come back and make a visit or what?
Right?
15 weight in the right front. And Dan, I wish I could banter back and forth with you on that setup stuff, but I just don't.
Boys that know,
Haven't even got there yet.
tell us all about it, okay?
Anyway, what I was going to show you over on the Custom Works wall.
You can take them over there. I have to do the talking.
So
Flip it around. You can talk and I will relay it.
we got a few new things in. I've been.
We got a few new three. Honey, you're forgetting that they don't have a mic.
So we're starting to stop. Long shocks.
Now try it. Can you guys hear it now?
How about now? We've always had the long shocks. We now got medium and short. I don't have many left, but I'm going to stock those from now on. Of course, we have the short spring assortments. And then we're back in stock on a lot of things. We've got a pretty good assortment of the lay-down transmissions, extra cases. We have the slipper clutch. We've got brass weights. We're currently working on getting brass rear hub carriers. We're gonna have brass rear inner hinge pin mounts. Some really cool stuff coming soon. I can't give you an exact date, but we are working on it. We have these Mugen brass weights with the 3mm bolt holes that we talked about last week. Got plenty of those in stock. Some of the motor mount plates for the older transmissions. None of those fit the new laydown, by the way. We tried really hard to come up with something cool for that, but it's its own bolt pattern, so we don't have anything there. We've got some direct drive motor mount, or I guess it's direct drive kits. Cage parts, rear bumpers. We've got the Mountaineer body back in stock, lots of wings. We've even got, I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sprint car kits that just came yesterday left in stock. I don't remember how many we got, but we have 5 left.
Chris Carr says they still got his stuff, but him and his wife had just had twins.
Wow. Congratulations.
They couldn't hear me.
Oh, well, congratulations anyway.
Congratulations on the twins.
Yeah. So working on some new camber gauges, ride height gauges, and Huddy droop gauges. We have the Mugen droop gauge.
Okay.
Tire stuff, liquid wrench. We have our new injection stuff. We've got the tire holders from ProTech, kicker, teenager alcohol, some tire prep. We have a tire punch, tire pegs. We have the little bottles with the bingo dabber deal in them. Tire balancing. Randy Laszlo, you should buy another one of them so it's in the trailer so I have one to borrow next time. A few other tools. Of course, the glue and the glue tips and the bands and all that jazz. So we are going to do whatever my wife says, as we always do, or most of the time.
I don't have a mic on except for this one right now. So you ready to go do these tires? Mm-hmm. We're going to walk you through the oval tire break-in process.
Before we go back there.
Okay, well, then we should plug our mics back in.
Why? Let's just use that.
Okay.
So before we go back there, what camera are we using? Just this
right
mic?
Now we're looking at that.
So we start out with a brand new J Concepts Ellipse, right? Might as well stay at home. Hence why we were not so good the first week there. Anyway, you can hear it's super sticky. This tire has not had prep on it or anything done to it in weeks.
Thanks, Tim.
It's one that I had built. I don't know, a couple weeks ago before we went. And I have the other 3 in the set that it didn't get built because I had to go, didn't have enough time. So we're going to take And we're going to go back in the shop, and I am going to share with you the process in which we do this.
Yeah, so get prepared. This is your behind the scenes in the shop moment. So here we go.
So the work area, the race cars.
Oh. Okay.
So I do realize not everyone has a mini lathe. Okay, you can use a regular drill. I have the AKA mandrel in this in the lathe. That's what I use to turn the tread off and turn them into ghosts or slicks. It's super easy. And again, you can just use a regular drill, or if you do get the $79 Harbor Freight drill press to run the foam buster in, okay, you can also chuck the tire up in here in order to take the tread off as well. So we're going to go ahead and fire this thing up. I do run it at a fairly high RPM. I have my sanding paddle with super coarse paper on one side and 800 grit on the other. Be very careful, but we're going to take the tread off. You have to be careful not to get the tire too hot because it will blister and fold under. So I like to flip it over and do a little bit of the finer sandpaper before I shut it off. I know it's probably hard to see on camera, but most of the tread is gone. It's just feathered super heavy. So we're actually going to change direction on the lathe, which you can do on your drill. And then we're going to take brown Scotch Brite and we're going to take the burrs off the backside by running it in reverse. Some guys are very picky about making sure that you do the final sand or the final prep in the direction in which the tire is actually going to run. I've found over time that it really doesn't make much of a difference.
I probably have a hard time hearing you when that's running.
So now we're down to it's all but ghost. I'm going to go ahead and take just a scotch more off the middle. We're going to run it the other direction. You don't have to press very hard. It doesn't take a whole lot of energy to burn the tread right off of that thing. And as you can see, there's barely any tread left.
So are you doing this before you foam roll or after?
Always before. So you want to mount the tire just like you would, new, before you do any prep work to the rubber or the foam, because when I mentioned earlier about blistering, so if you push the paddle, like when you're doing it, if you push the paddle real hard, the rubber will actually get that warm that it'll fold over and it'll make a blister, and essentially you'll ruin the tire. So you have to be super careful. As you can see on the edges, like you can't roll over the edge real hard or you'll actually hurt the carcass of the tire. So this tire, it's ready to go in the foam roller. Now, in the drill press for the foam roller, I've chosen the J Concepts tire arbor because it's actually, you can make it go either direction. So you say, why is that important? Well, again, some of these guys believe that you have to roll the tire in the direction in which you're going to drive it to have it be, the most effective. Again, I've found I'm sorry. I roll them all in the same direction because I'm too lazy to switch it around. But the concepts one, once you tighten up the tire, you can actually undo it from the chuck and flip it upside down and chuck this end in the drill to make it go backwards, because these cheap drill presses don't have a reverse function. So actually, before we do that, so we're going to take, I'm using the larger one in the shop, but we're actually going to have these this size for sale with the needle oiler on them. It's just the needle that twists in the top, and it's got the cover on it. We're going to have these for sale next week, and a little bit of a package deal. But anyway, I take the liquid wrench with the needle. I actually poke it through the foam, so I'm now in between the wheel and the foam. Give it a little squeeze. Come around to the other side. I do the same thing. How much do you put in? I don't know. I give it a pretty good little squeeze. Walk it around a little bit. Wiggle your foam roller up on there. I actually keep mine. I keep mine fairly tight. I do use a little bit of liquid wrench on a rag to keep it lubricated between the rollers. It's not a necessity, but it does control the heat. So then, one thing you have to be careful, especially when your beautiful wife's standing here, when you first turn it on, it can throw a little bit out.
Very noisy. Remember, we have a 4-year-old sleeping.
So anyway, because the kid's sleeping, so we don't want to get too crazy. But so I will let that run. I actually take my cell phone. I set a 20-minute timer, and I walk away. And at the end of 20 minutes, I'll come back, and I use the needle oiler, and I'll just give it a little squirt while it's running. And again, don't do it in your good polo because you'll have liquid wrench sprayed all over you. But anyway, I try and keep a little bit of lubrication on here. The only reason I stop it at 20 minutes, it just seems to be a nice break. You can come over, shut the drill off. I will actually take, and I'll take the foam roller off. I'll double check that I'm not getting too warm or have anything going wrong. And then I'll do it for another 20. I usually do it 3 20-minute sessions, take them off, rotate them around, and then I'll come back and do it again for another 1 to 2 20-minute sessions per tire to make them the magical holy grail of dirt oval.
And then that's it, right?
And then that's it until the night before you're ready to go to the track. Then we do what we call the burn-in, which is you chuck the mandrel in an actual drill, take yourself a microfiber towel, fold it up nice, spray it with aerosol liquid wrench, take the drill and burn it in to where the tire is actually smoking, like smoking hot. And what that does, the heat opens up the pore. So
this is what your tire section looks like when you're a hobby shop owner.
No. That's what your tire section looks like when you're a hobby shop owner. I am an 8-scale guy at heart, just saying. Anyway, so these are so puffy and so sticky. I haven't touched these since I left Bloomsburg from Segner Series race on Saturday. I washed them with Moto Wash and put them back in this tube that Saturday before I left. And these things are so sticky. They're literally sticking together. Okay. That's how amazing this stuff is. But anyway, I'm telling you, it's an art.
Let's go back up.
She's had enough dirt oval for one night
Already.
Anyway, that is Dirt Oval Tire Prep 101.
Changed around? I am happy to report Adeline is still sleeping. um, Kurt, why do you say 3:20? Is that because you disagree? Because I know you do your own thing. Hey, Cooper. He needs a lab coat. That's a really good idea. I just want to go back through any of the questions. Does anybody have any questions or anything about what he just did? Oh, Clark on YouTube says, your shop is awesome. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Could you guys go over which differential oils people are running in their 8-scale truggy for your track? Vin, what kind of 8-scale truggy? That would be the most important thing there. So if you want to get back to us on what type, and then people can comment. I know Kevin knows the type for Mugen, but I can't speak to every brand. We just lost him because he had to clean all the black off of him from doing that. My main question, which I will re-ask when he is back, is how much is J Concepts paying these oval people to do this crap to their tires that they just paid? How long did they last once they prep? That's a great question, Jay. No idea. We'll find out when he's here. I don't know. Watching that process does not make me like oval anymore. You guys are crazy. Oh, Kurt says too much. Okay. Well, Kurt, what's your recipe? How much do you run it? You ditched me, babe. Come on.
Sorry, I had to get the liquid wrench off of me.
You still have some of the black on you, but that's okay.
Well, I'll try and get that off too.
Kurt thinks 3 20-minute sessions with your foams is a lot.
Yeah, man.
Well, overachiever. Maybe it's too much. Jay wants to know how long do those tires last once they're prepped?
Well, Jay, I've only been doing dirt oval for a couple months now, and they haven't worn out yet. So they tell me forever and ever, amen. I don't know.
Hope so. Spec tire racing looks so much more attractive now. I actually 100% agree with that. I have never thought that spec tire. I almost said that backwards. Did you catch that?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Anyway, years. Okay, so Ed says,
yeah.
Now if that is true, Ed, if you are honest with me right now,
and I think he is,
if those things really do last years now that they're done, I'm actually cool with that.
Sissy has tires that are good now that he's been running for years and not foam busting them, so now it's just making them good.
Abby, you'll have to, I don't know what kind of rental you mean. You said how much is a rental. You'll have to tell me what kind of rental you're looking for. Kurt says he just does 15 minutes each tire. Well, Kurt, if you get second place now, you'll know why.
I did 15 minutes a tire and went to Bloom and did donuts. So now I do an hour and 20. Don't know what to tell you.
Wow, Jeff is confirming that they're like good for years.
Yeah. Yeah, he was giving me a hard time about doing all the foam busting at the race last time.
5 to 6 years. Okay, well, listen.
Makes it worth it.
Well, when we're comparing,
because I don't have any off-road tires that are 5 or 6 years old. I can
That's
tell you
what
that.
I'm saying. If we're comparing, we're comparing.
Just to note, oval guys, do not expect to walk in and see a used oval tire section, because apparently that's not a thing that you sell. You keep a hold of every oval tire you ever had.
How much is a TRX4 rental? We don't have a TRX4 rental.
Yeah.
Sorry. If we ever get the crawler track up and running, or the crawler course up and running, we'll do that. But is this mainly 10 scale? What tire slicks pin bar? Yeah.
It's mainly based on 2.2 off-road buggy stuff. Regular width 2-wheel fronts, and then 2.2 rears. Listen, it depends on where you go and what you're doing. I mean, Motorama, we started out on full Sprinter pins, and then we went to slicks, and then by the double H main Sunday morning we were on like half treads. I mean, dude,
anyway,
it's just, who knows?
That's enough of that. Dan Meyer says, do you do any kind of tire break-in or prep for off-road truggy? and buggy tires. I can actually answer this
0.
question. Thank you for breaking. The answer was we glue them.
We do we?
Well, we watched you do it last week. Yeah, so we do during
No,
Hump Day Happy Hour.
that's one of the most beautiful things about 8-scale off-road. Unless you're Anthony Mazzara, a dear friend of mine from Long Island, who still insisted on prepping everything for off-road 8-scale, no. 99.99% of us get them out of the bag, clean the beads, glue them up, and run them. Most people don't even balance them anymore.
Mugen Truggy.
Yeah.
Tell me the differential oils that you run for your 8-scale Truggy.
Like for here,
Yeah.
I'm running 10.7.5 just because I'm slow and let off the gas in the corners and whatnot. Most of the fast guys are probably running like 10.15.7.
Great answer. We're into our final 10 minutes, so that means I'm going to circle back around to our Hump Day Happy Hour special, which if you already missed it, the flash sale tonight is 50% off these Proline tires. So any of these tires, the discount is automatically applied in the cart. So if you are looking for a couple sets of these blockades that have been discontinued, this is your last shot at them, and they are 50% off. The price is reflected in the cart. Right? Did that reflect? Oh yeah, it was 50% off because the total was like 1.
Yeah.
So anyway, you do not want to miss out. This is 50% off. You're talking half off. So it's your last shot at these ones.
Yeah, because after tonight, these are coming off the site and going bye-bye. So
Yeah.
if you guys want any of them, you got to get them now because they will not be available after tomorrow morning. They're going bye-bye.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Hi, Cody Stainer. Hi, Earl.
What's up,
You
Code?
guys are so something.
Matt Adams, have it. Oh, Matt. Not only do we have liquid mask, within a couple days, we're actually going to have more liquid mask than we have bodies to put it on. And if you've been in our store in recent days, you know we have a whole pile of bodies. We got this new Spastics liquid mask a week or two ago, and also the Biddy stuff just released. We should have it back in stock by the time y'all come for the race next weekend. So, yeah, we'll have all kinds of liquid masks for you, Matt.
For sure. I know what I want to talk about. I know what I forgot. Next week's Hump Day Happy Hour is a special event that you are not going to want to miss. It is the Wednesday leading up until our season opener, our Flashpoint season opener. So we are going to do something special, which is dun 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 dun.
Do it again.
No,
Come on.
don't do it again.
Come on.
Do not do it.
Do it again. Just one time. Come on.
What's next week?
Dun, 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 dun. Come on.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anyway, next week, I'm mildly heartbroken because my dear friend Big John's not going to be here to do it with me, but we're going to have a yard sale on Hump Day Happy Hour next week, leading up to the Flashpoint season opener. We're
going to have a yard sale. Well, who was it with us? If you were with us for the yard sales back in COVID, please comment and say me. I was there. I was in it. So obviously. But yeah, yard sales are really fun. So Kevin goes through. We do a lot of buyouts over time. So Kevin will buy out lots of stuff, and I don't mean like a lot of stuff. I mean like a lot of stuff. So there is extra car stands or battery chargers or tools or whatever. So we will do it live.
Couple notes. There's some good radios. There's an M17. There's an M12. There's an old 3PK. There's some cars. I know there's a Mugen MBX 6T Eco. It's really nice. there's actually there's an old RC8
Mary-
T electric with a T and speed control motor in it.
And next week you will be able to see all of Mike Ream's stuff. Mary says she'll bring Mike's stuff to sell.
Oh yeah, Seaver says he bought the mud boss he's got came from one of the yard sales.
Yeah, there might be a slash or a mud boss for sale next week.
Yeah, there's a pretty good handful of stuff. So
Long story short, it's a good one. You want to be there. The thing that we're going to do different this time is that there'll be a link, and it'll be like the first person to buy it. So we will bring up the item. If it was this remote control, we're going to talk to you about the item. I will post the link. The first person to check out with that link, when it dings and tells us that it is sold, we will tell you it is sold. We will just move on, even if it just went up. So it's just going to kind of be bang, bang, bang right through it. But there are going to be some deals you are not going to want to miss. So make sure you watch and tell your friends. I know you guys don't want to tell your friends because you want to be the only one watching, but tell your friends anyway because you like us.
oh.
Okay, listen, people are excited about this. I'm
What did
excited
Harry
about
say?
this.
Looking what?
I don't know. Looking to finally get a new radio. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Actually,
there
James,
you
I'm
go.
just really excited to see you. I saw that picture of you from Spring Fling, and I was like, I can't wait till James comes back. He's one of my favorite customers. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Mike's getting a little upset over Tom and Mary working out a deal on Mike's stuff. Hey, listen, Mary, we got to keep Mike into this. That's my way in to hang out with you. So sorry, listen, there's certain people that can't get out of it. Mike's one of them. Rob Samoji, Dawson, they got to keep racing. Okay, that's non-negotiable. I like to hang out with the wives. This is what we got to do.
Kurt, if you want to borrow some tires and drive for the weekend, I won't be using them for a couple weeks, so stop by. I'll fix you up.
Yeah, cool. Oh, and also on
Love
the
you too,
tire
Mikey.
prep thing, if I understand correctly, I coaxed my husband into something. We are business owners, and you all know that I'm an entrepreneur. I do believe that now, if you want him to do the tire prep on your tires for $50.
Basically, it's double what you pay for the tires and wheels. If you buy the tires and wheels from us, we charge $15 a set to mount them, and then you can basically double that, and we'll hand them back to you in that little tube ready to run. So,
But if they're good for 5 or 6 years, might be worth it. We might have to up that price now. 50 felt like a lot, but maybe now it's 75. 6 years. Okay, $50.
that is Disney,
Oh,
I don't know, Kurt. You'll have to verify. You got stuff that's 5-6 years
Ed.
old.
No, Sisney said, but Ed Xylox said.
Well, Ed backing up Disney's like Cody backing up me.
Ed said it first.
Oh, all right. These oval guys, they all stick together.
Okay, last minute. If you guys have any questions, now is the time. I'm happy to report the tire breaking in process did not wake up Adeline, so we still get to go home and relax this evening, which is good. Oh, and if you are not a subscriber on YouTube, we had a new video go up live yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good idea. Okay, I want to show you real sneak peek real quick over what our YouTube videos are about.
I didn't do that.
I'm just gonna show
oh.
them. So these are some new Die-Cast Masters excavators. They're RC. I said it right.
Yeah, you did. You did. It's the first time.
I
But yeah.
said it wrong in the YouTube video, and I'm gonna get so many comments about it. I cut out a few times actually.
You did.
Anyway,
she was all upset with herself.
these things really work. They're so much fun. Our whole family played with them last evening. So if you are a YouTube person, make sure that you check this out on our YouTube channel. I'll post a link to it on our Facebook. Yesterday, Kurt Sieber will back up Ed Xylox. Have a great night. Mary, you have a great night. What's on sale this evening? Abe Fisher, we have mostly 8-scale truggy and buggy tires. If you go to lcrcraceway.com, you can see the link. It's at the top. It says Hump Day Happy Hour flash sale, and every tire on that sheet is 50% off. So for an 8-scale
Deals and
person,
steals.
you cannot pass up that deal. I don't think we missed any. I was just trying to see if they verified. Ed said yes. So basically the answer is yes. Okay, babe?
The answer to what?
About do they really last 5 or 6 years? Have a great evening, guys.
Take care, y'all.
Visit us online, lcrcraceway.com. Bye. Bye.